first?
Yeah, sure. I'm Katie, and I'm a music mentor at Alchemy, and I run band workshops, and I run one-to-one lessons in singing and guitar and bass, and we do like some songwriting stuff as well, and I kind of guide songwriting. But yeah, it's good. It's a good vibe. It's lovely.
I'm JJ. I am the Alchemy Co-ordinator. So my job entails music mentoring. So I work with a few people doing like piano workshops, some theory workshops, some like musicology, sort of music history sort of things here and there, some cello-y stuff. But then also on the second side of my job is I do a lot of evaluation processes. So I look a lot at our program as a whole, what we're doing, are we doing good, are we doing bad, are we helping the young people do what they want to do, are we not? I help to co-design certain like evaluative processes. I find it really fun because I get to look at a lot of graphs, and like I love a good graph. Most people find it really boring. I love a good graph. But yeah, that's kind of my job. Part of it is the music mentoring side of it, and part of it is, I guess, the kind of helping management side of it, of managing the program, helping to get gigs booked, which we've been doing that for quite a while now actually, going to meetings, yeah, it's generally quite a lot. But yeah, it's hard to sum. It's kind of hard to sum it up in one little bit.
You're basically like the background of Alchemy, basically.
Yeah, I'm kind of just there in the background, making sure certain things kind of run. Like we get emails, doing the emails, just to help with some funding applications, just sorting things out. Like kind of just I'm there, but a lot of the stuff I do, you probably wouldn't even realise it's being done until it happens at the end.
You're the glue.
The glue. Oh.
The Pritt stick of Alchemy.
So, like, what are you currently working on here at Alchemy?
Okay.
Currently, I am with band workshops, kind of making the intention of improving sort of listening skills, bringing in some basis of theory knowledge, band leading skills like kind of directing the group and running through different sections of music and learning how to like generally like that kind of non-verbal communication that you develop as a musician.
Musicianship sort of thing.
Musicianship.
This is why.
That's the lovely stuff.
This is why we studied music for 3 years. We can use big words, haven't we? Musicianship.
Yes. And we use the phrase music practice as well, creative practice, instead of like not as in practice, but as in like what you do is your music practice.
It's your creative practice. So whether you're a singer, a writer, an actor, a spoken word artist, it's your creative practice.
Yeah.
That went on a bit of a tangent, didn't it?
What's my creative practice?
What is your
Good question.
What is your creative practice?
My creative practice is having a nice time and expressing myself.
How do you do
with
that?
With my music.
How do you do that?
I do that with instruments.
What kind of instruments?
Lots of them.
Like what?
Quite a few, yeah.
Which ones?
With trumpet and bass and guitar.
What this one?
And the vocals.
Yeah. You took my job. I don't know what to say. I kind of froze up. I was like, yeah, you took my job.
What was the question you asked again?
I forgot.
So in Alchemy.
It was like, what is the recent project you've been doing?
Oh, projects.
Yes.
Oh, let me talk about one of the projects I do. Sorry. Yes. We've been on a. Okay. So I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
What project? What do I do? What am I doing? Oh yes. At the moment, it sounds boring, but it's actually quite interesting. At the end of every year, we do a massive evaluation process, looking into what we've done for the year. If we've done good, we've done bad. And since starting this job this year, I've had a look at kind of how we've been doing them recently in the last couple of years, and I don't fully like how we've been doing them. So my big project at the moment is I'm kind of shifting the way that we approach our evaluation processes. So for example, the masters, they have an evaluation process at the end of the year. They're going to do it this time actually. So they're going to learn how to do an evaluation. They're learning the research skills to do on. They're going to go to some libraries, show them how different libraries work. We've got Centre House, we've got British Library, one here. We're going to be doing doing some stuff about different ways of research, how to do an ethics form, what an ethics form is, and write ethical considerations. Basically, how would you conduct a research project and how would you conduct an evaluation project for what you're doing? And then they will co-design it themselves, they will deliver it themselves, and then they will write it out themselves, basically. That's a very long way of saying I do evaluation stuff, and that was wow.
You're kind of like re-evaluating, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of a way of, it's called participatory action research. So it's looking into how do we, it's looking into, you've got a set of young people. They are the ones that will be doing the research, conducting the research. I am just there to facilitate, to make sure that things are doing things in an ethical way, but I don't really, which is kind of a good thing in a way. I'm not doing quite a lot of the work. I'm facilitating to be able to do the work, but it's up to them to be able to A, do the work, and B, hone the skills from everything we've learnt this year to work out, okay, if I know this and that and this and that, how do I put all of these together to create something? Whether it's a report at the end, whether it's going to be a video or a song or something. How do I take everything I've learned over the last year and make it into something? So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, basically, like, you're getting the mentors and training them up on how to manage parts of Alchemy themselves, kind of.
Kind of. It's more, in a way, yeah. It is that in a way, so then in theory, in a couple of years' time, that evaluative process will come out of my job role. But then also, it's also interesting for me being able to A, do the teaching of it, and B, and more importantly, have that empowerment of kind of showing like, A, you can do it, and B, it's been really interesting doing these workshops. So masters do workshops, kind of massive tangent, I'm so sorry. Masters do workshops, and at the end of them, we've been doing something where I just ask them one question. I say, okay, at the end of your workshop, what information would you want to know from your participants? Simple, easy question. And without it, they tell me what they want to know. They want to know, for example, Ibs wanted to know if they enjoyed the workshop. He wanted to know what skills they learned from the workshop. Like, these simple things. And then from that, okay, cool. This is your evaluation. You've already told me what you want to know from the participants. We either create an evaluation form, we ask questions, we do group discussions or something. And it was their way of creating the evaluation, but not making it so formalised and not making it so basically really school-wise boring, basically, and making it into something quite fun. Being like, instead of you also thinking, oh, we've got the evaluation, the question's like that. The question is, what would you want to know from your participants? And from that one question, we've got so much stuff out of it. So, yeah, that's a project I'm doing at Alchemy. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
took a while.
How about you, Katie? What are you doing so
far? In Alchemy in general?
Yeah, just in general, really.
I was already talked about the band workshop stuff. And one-to-one lessons, I'm doing singing and bass and guitar, and sort of developing that sense of like security and confidence is like one of the main things I think that I've been focusing on and establishing. I think a lot of the time when you first start doing an instrument, or you first start like getting used to even the sensation of singing, it's really just about being like, okay, I just need to be secure in this and keep working at it, and you know, building up that level of security. I think is really, I don't know, the main thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Teaching is such a weird thing to describe, right? Because it's so personal to each pupil, and it's like I don't necessarily know exactly what I'm doing. I just know what to point out and what to improve on.
Intuition, basically.
Yeah, it's an intuitive thing, and you know, teaching is like it's a relationship between the pupil and the teacher. It's not really like it's a process, but it's not like a set like structure.
I mean, I guess if I think from my broader evaluative point of view, from an impact point of view, though, the way the impact you're having on the young people is massive. Like, without naming names, like there's one in particular, from they come in and out, but by you being there all the time for them, they've got that confidence now. Actually, we're in college now doing playing guitar, for example. They've had that one continuity, and two, the confidence of knowing, okay, someone's there just in case I'm a bit stuck. I can come and be like, listen, this chord doesn't work.
But it's also the dynamic of Alchemy really allows people to kind of come out in that way and try new things in a very comforting and supportive space. Like, I mean, I've gotten people to try instruments they never even tried before, even just like in a casual way that you couldn't necessarily do. Like if you were in school and someone says, do you want bass lessons? You wouldn't necessarily put your hand up if you've never played bass before, or you're not interested in it, or you're like not given the opportunity, and if it doesn't present itself in that way, that you might not even consider doing it. Whereas alchemy is like, you know, I do just throw instruments at people.
Literally.
And they're like, oh, I guess, no, you're trying it now.
Trying it, yeah.
Sorry.
But
Sorry,
they try it.
It's probably going to be a
and
bit
it's
rubbish
amazing.
because you've never played it before. Whatever, who cares? That's fine.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go. You.
It's not that deep.
Remember, you weren't playing the piano for ages, and we're like, yeah, let's try it.
Exactly.
And
It's
now
great.
Look at you. You're doing loads of improvisation stuff just because you're like, let me see what happens if we just press this note and that note. And then we did a lot about we were looking at tones and semitones, and it was something very small. And I remember this lesson. Kind of was like, oh god, this makes a lot of sense now. We were talking about tones and semitones, and how you construct tones and semitones to make a chord or make it like a scale and stuff. And once Timothy understood that and was like, okay, so that's how things sound properly. How did your improvisation skills went from there straight up to there, straight away, just from understanding one little bit that you wouldn't understand.
I love theory for that. Theory is such a mythical beast.
I love theory.
And then like you unlock something about it and you're like,
Ah!
no way, that makes so much sense. What?
You put two and two together. That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, it's like a gateway to unlocking genius.